to $1,000 back in free bets. Good morning, y'all. This song Carlotta sent me. She said, Pops, play this song one of these days. Here we go. Friends forever. Okay, I've got to stop this song. Hold on. So I'm getting a note on my screen that I'm infringing on her copyright. So I have to stop that song. Sorry about that. And I'm sorry to the infringing on this person's copyright. Shouldn't be doing that. So we've detected copyright audio and video in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. So let's go with this one. We have another song here. Hold on. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. That's only the second time that's ever happened to us here. So give me one moment. I had another song in the queue that I don't think we're going to get blocked. Oh, shoot. Give me a second. Oh, that's okay, Carlotta. Don't worry, dog. Everybody does this stuff to us. I think the same thing, Vegas. I think I'm getting blocked because I used somebody's video copyright. Have to be figuring that out. That's Street Glide, you guys. Gary. That's Pops and Streety. This is only about half of the crew. There were other people came and went, and still people coming. Some people were out in town. How do you like those two couples? Thank you, Vegas. Sandman, you have 49. That's fantastic. Check this out. Here's my list. I have to compare my list to yours, Sandy. You have maybe one or two more than me. Right, Kieran? 49. I put little notes behind everybody's name for little things that I remember. That's Matt Leonard and Pops. Matt brought some Macons and we put together a tub he took home. One more song. One more song. That's Matty Leonard. It's Big Boy Pops, Brock. That's Penny, you guys. That's Penny. And Caddy. Give me some likes if you guys want me to show another picture. I need some more likes. Lazy thumbs. This is goodbyes. This is MVP saying goodbye to Carlotta, and that's Mike, Big Boy in the background. Young bloke, that's Brock. You know it, JC. Goodbyes were super hard. You know who's the biggest crybaby goodbyer? The biggest crybaby goodbyer that we have. Guess who it was? Before I go to the next picture, who was the biggest crybaby goodbyer? Nope, it wasn't Pops. Nope, it wasn't Pops. Pops sniveled a little bit. Pops did a little sniveling. It was without a question, it was Sandy. You guys know Carlotta, Ginger, Tad, Ladran, Kim, Joy. That was Sandy. Why do they all know it was you were the biggest crybaby crier? It was so cute to see a big old stud guy like that. Like, oh man, it's so cute. So why are Carlotta's eyes all teared up? Why are Mike's eyes all teared up? What's happening here? What? Did you guys just wipe your tears away so I could take this picture? Isn't that an amazing picture? Right? Isn't that's one of my favorite pictures because of all the emotions you see in it. Right? That is a phenomenal picture. It's this one came right before it. Boop. Boop. That whiskey, that's why we ghosted you guys. You're an out of control whiskey. Oh, that's a trick I gotta learn. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Do you guys want me to show some more pictures? Give me 2 or 3 people say, Pop, show just 1 or 2 more pictures. I've shown a lot of them on my IG, but I thought I'd flash through them this morning with you guys. I thought I'd just flash through some pictures this morning with appropriate music, of course. This is, okay, so this is going to be Matt Leonard and Sandman saying goodbye. Matt Leonard and Sandman saying goodbye. Oh, who is this? Sandy, knock it off. Sandy, would you knock it off? This is one of my favorite pictures. I'm going to frame this one. I'm going to print and frame this one. Look at the background on this one. Anybody okay with this picture? Give me some. I want 10 people to say that's one bad AF picture. Huh? Why would we be crying like that? Why? What would make 2 grown men blubber? Because you can't tell because Pops is trying to be all Marine Corps out about it, but oh yeah, there's a tear or 2 in there. Oh yeah, there's a tear or 2 in there. But I'm holding Sandy up. I want you guys to know. Otherwise, he'd have fallen over. He would have fallen over. Okay. Oh my God, this is beautiful. What's that? What's happening there? What the heck happened here? Wait a minute. Is there a story behind this? Sandy's like, I was barely standing. What's the story behind this? Okay. Let's go back to this one. Hold on. I'll be right back. It's gotta be a story, right? That was a commercial break. Where are we at here? Pictures wise. Oh, I like this one. This is the Before Mush Fest. This is what you look like before Mush Fest. You guys have seen this already. This is what you look like before Mush Fest. This is what you look like after Mush Fest. So if you're feeling the need to get repotatoized, if you're feeling the need to get repotatoized, and this is what you look like before, okay, you certainly feel like this when you're getting there. I mean, the 14-hour drive to get there, ask Shasta lady what she felt like. She certainly felt like, if she didn't feel like a potato, she felt like a lost carrot. That's what you feel like after. Maybe even during. Okay, maybe this should be a during. Good morning, Dave. Okay. Those are some of my Pops. You were being all creative and funny, weren't you? Yeah, I was. Good morning. I'll show some more pictures later this week. Good. Oh, what's that in the background? What is that? That's a story waiting to happen. Might even have to wear that thing. Wait a minute. Get this thing right. Let's get this right. Oh, that thing is such quality material. It's like heavier dutier than this one. And it's such quality material. It takes like an hour to iron it. No kidding. I need to go back. Hold on 1 second. This is your potato. This is your potato on trucks. I was wondering what Dave said. Give me 1 second. Okay. So I made this, it looks like Sandy did too. Sandy, I need a copy of your list. I'll give you a copy of mine. We have to make sure we have all the same people. Sandy says he has 49. I have a few less. So you have a better memory. I'm not surprised. But I've got a nice sized list. Well over 45 people, not well over, at 45 plus people that came to Mushfest this time. Overjoyed, that's what we didn't have a guest book. What we had was the map. The map, and you would pin it to the city that you were visiting from. So if you didn't pin his map, yep, Whiskey, show me yours and I'll show you mine. I just went through writing people down from the pictures. Okay. But I want to compare our notes. Okay, because I want to make sure that we call everybody out. Let's not forget Kat and Nick. If you remember Kat and Nick, that's Ginger. Oh, Ginger, I don't want to even get started on Ginger yet. Ginger and her incredibly nice friend that's a boy. Gosh. But before I get started, I have to... Can I get the bad stuff out of the way first? Say, Pops, go ahead and get the bad stuff out of the way first, and then we'll talk. Clear the dross. Should I get the bad stuff out of the way first? I think I should, because otherwise I'd be a phony baloney. I almost didn't start tea this morning. For, like, I should say almost 25% of me. Hey, I'm human too. About 25% of me this morning didn't. So it's like, I'm not going to do tea. It was all ready. Everything was set up. Had all my music's picked. Camera, everything, lights, camera, action. I'd already done my chores. I was over here. And I get a text. And here we go. Gossip. It started, I guess it started a while ago. I don't think gossip ever stops, does it? Gossip is so murderous. I'm going to tell you guys this. I'll be honest. If I keep being gossiped about instead of just come straight to me with your issues, if I keep being gossiped about, I'm not going to do this anymore. I don't want to. I don't want you to murder yourself just because I'm around, because I'm a target. I will remove the target, and I'm not threatening. What other choice would I have? When you're the target, you got to do what? I got to keep dancing and say, hit me if you can, or remove myself from the target area. You know the quickest way to find out if something's accurate or true is go straight to the source. Just go straight to the source and say, did this really happen? You know what people do? They say this, 5 people told me this, and I thought it was my responsibility to tell you so you can tell him. That's gossip. That's gossip. First of all, did 5 people really call you? Oh, I can't tell you who they are. Really? So there's 5 people gossiping to you. You're the gossiping to him. He's gossiping to me. And now I've got, oh, okay, I have a little information. None of which is true. Oh, the first person or the first 5 people, hey man, is this, you offended me. I can be honest with you. If Pops was accused of something or offended somebody unknowingly, and that can happen, I promise. We're talking about 49 people at a venue that doesn't belong to us, that some of us have paid for, and some of us are there for free because we all want everybody there. Everybody's drinking, everybody's taking mushrooms. All of this personalities from all around the United States, everybody coming there from different perspectives. Of course you're going to have somebody go, did this really happen? Or did I understand this correctly? Or let me go and ask this guy. Or when you said this, this is what I heard. That would be appropriate. I mean, you would expect these kind of things to happen. And I've got to be honest with you, in general, at our Mush Fest, that doesn't happen. We don't have these issues. We don't have these problems. That happens at normal people's parties, not ours. Ginger, there were 0 issues until 3 days later. Here's what happened. Here's how gossip looks. Let me tell you how gossip looks. I'm home. We're all home from a wonderful arrangement. It's 10 minutes before tea, and Pop gets a phone call from a well-meaning phone call. Pops, do you understand that this guy called me to tell me 5 people have called him to tell him that you have been racist and you act like you're talking little code words about being involved in the Ku Klux Klan? I'm what? What are you talking about? Now, how deadly can this gossip get? How deadly? What? This was a real call from a concerned friend saying, another guy called me to tell me that 5 people have called him to say that you're going around saying you're part of the cool kids club, and therefore Cool Kids Club KKK, you're veiled telling people that you're racist. I'm incensed by the gossip. I mean, I'm incensed by that charge, but forget the charge. Gossip. Why wouldn't one of those 5 people, or the person that called the person before the person that called me the person, why wouldn't they say, Pops, what do you mean when you say Cool Kids Club? And I have to bring this public. It's the only defense, because I don't mean to be defensive, it's the only defense I could possibly have. How outlandish of something. And do you know, in today's world, especially this kind of a platform, this is a wildfire. No, Sandy, it is worth tea time. It is. I'm telling you. Because it's an example I'm telling you the truth. I've practiced. I talked to the guy on the phone. That's silly. That's silly. The only thing anybody could ever say is once in a while I spell the word cool with a K, just the word cool with a K because I think that looks kind of cool. I've never said Cool Kids Club KKK in my life. Never in my brain. So I just told the guy that and said, ha ha ha. But do me a favor, next time that guy calls you, tell him call me direct. And that's how we hang up. Done. Why am I mentioning it here? Do you understand how deadly this could be? Do you understand 25% of pops said I'm not doing it anymore? And then all of a sudden, one little piece of gossip, if I mishandled it, and I misunderstood it, and I took it wrong, took it personal, we could blow up a whole platform. Anthony, thank you. Thank you, my friend Anthony. How could you? Because I literally, Anthony here is a beautiful black man that we met at the Mush Fest. Invited him, hugged him, love his art. I mean, I'm not dead. Anyways, I'll get through this topic. It's a prime example when I read these things out of this book, and out of these books, and I profess them. Man, I could be running for the hills, hiding. I could be fetal position pops right now if I wasn't practicing the 4 steps of knowing I was impeccable, not taking it personal, and now doing my best to explain. Okay? So I think I've said enough. I think the example's clear. What is Sandy saying? I'd love to hear what Sandy's saying. Anyone who thinks this can kindly remove themselves from the Discord. Yeah, I agree with that too. And again, I'm not trying to be Pop's personal, even though I took it. I'm not even going to say I took it personal, but 25% of me was like, I don't want to do this. I don't need to be the target of this kind of nonsense. But more than that, we can tear things apart, not even knowing it. The person that called me, see how creepy that already sounds? See how creepy that already sounds? The person that called me. Jeez. But that person, he never even understood how deep he could make, how huge the flagration could be, let alone the 5 people that called him. You know, the gossiper always starts out that way. 5 people told me. Really? Okay. And then you don't want to gossip with them. Who are they? That's creepy. So I want us to remember, as much as we glow, and I do my very honest best. I do. I'm not poor Pops. I'm not. I do my very honest best to be forthright. And when I screw up, can I tell you, I'll be the first to tell you. As soon as I figure it out, I'll work hard at fixing whatever I did wrong. And if this person had called me and said, you know what? You were going around saying KKK stuff, and I'd be like, you're right, I was. What the fuck was wrong with me? Let me fix that. If you could. You couldn't. So I'll give another example. Same person. Same phone call. And you know what else you're doing? Besides running around being a racist, You know what else you're doing? And offending people. There's something else. Moms, I know you shouldn't have to defend yourself, and I'm really not defending myself, even though I sort of am. I'm actually saying don't kill each other. Don't do it. Here we're coming back from this gorgeous situation, and we're doing this kind of stuff. There's something else that the caller of the caller of the caller before the caller that called me, say, Pops, there's gossip out there. I think you should know. I'm also offended, and this one alone. I'll have to fix this one. I never thought of it. Never entered Pop's brain, and that's an excuse. On Saturday, this happened. When he told me, he was like, and another thing you did was you were taking, no, this is what they said. This is what was said to me. Another thing you did is you're taking pictures of everybody's license plate and you're posting them on Instagram. That's the other thing that's out there. When I'm taking picture, I'm thinking about that. Did I really take pictures of everybody's license plates and post on Instagram? I don't remember doing that. And then, boop, it doesn't know. 3 seconds. Oh, I know what I did. You're right. I know what I did. On Saturday at tea, I was all excited about all the people were there, and I ran down the driveway, and I did scan live. I scanned everybody's license plates. I did that. Oh, he's from Michigan. He's from Illinois. He's from Florida. He's from Louisiana. Making a big deal out of it. But I never once thought to myself, I am violating people's privacy. I am. One of those people could maybe not want their license plate shown on national YouTube. Never entered my mind. I so 1,000% apologize to the people that I did that to. And thank goodness this morning I wasn't told, hey, you know what, you shouldn't have done a little live YouTube. I was told, no, you're posting them on Instagram. Well, I think that's a little bit different. Okay? See how the charge goes? See how gossip goes? Gossip goes from you were excited and you were showing pictures, and maybe you should have been a little bit more conscious of people's security too. You're posting people's pictures live on Instagram. And if I didn't say this or do, what would it be next? I also went in and I got their license. I was taking pictures of their driver's licenses and releasing them to the FBI. Let's be careful. Let's be careful. And go to the source. If you've got a problem with somebody, if somebody's said or done something that you didn't feel good about or you didn't feel is appropriate, including at Mushfest, go to the source. Talk to them. I don't know that there's anybody, and I want to tell you, anybody out there can talk to me about anything, especially about something that I'm in a position of responsibility, just having the opportunity to sit in front of a camera and talk to you guys every day. I'm sensitive to that. I'm still human. I'll still run down the driveway and take pictures and not think. But I am sensitive. And when I make a mistake, it's very important that I fix it immediately. Bring it to my attention. Let me get to work. Calling 5 people to call 5 people to call another 5 people that have to call one that'll finally call Pops. Turns out to be, not to me, turns out to be you're killing yourself. So enough about gossip. It's part of me is being defensive. I understand that. But the big part here is, man, if this is going to be a successful community, if this community is going to be different than anybody else's, if we're going to practice impeccability, it means this is what I thought I heard. Can you clear it up? that kind of communication. And then we can be the, the biggest and the brightest stars that you could ever imagine. And that's what I look forward to. I look forward to us being, you know what happened? I'm gonna be honest with you. We went to this restaurant, there were 13 people at the table. It started out, there were 8 of us. Next thing you know, 3 people joined. This happened on Saturday. This happened on Saturday. We're gonna go out to, was it Saturday? No, Sunday. Sorry, Sunday, excuse me, Sunday morning. We're gonna go to breakfast. 8 people in 2 different cars. We head off to breakfast. Every place that you go to breakfast in this town was filled, wrapped around the building. This is a pop story, okay? This is a true pop story. Mushfest family story. So we've got it, we're wrapped around, you see people standing in line for their pancake breakfast. Like, this is a busy town, lots of places you can eat. We've got to find a place. We drove the cars that we were in, the first 8 people, we drove about 4 miles down the road, and we finally found, looks like a nice breakfast diner. Let's pull in there. We go put our name in. They tell you it's going to be 30-minute wait. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. Okay. So stomachs grumbling. We're standing in line. 3 more people join us from the lodge. Rando. They're out scouting for a place to eat. They pull into the parking lot. Goes, hey, what are you doing? All of a sudden, it was like kismet that they joined us. I called it juju, especially because it was Faye. And I'm going to tell you about Faye later. Faye and Anthony, filled with juju and art. So the universe brings 3 more people to us. About 3 minutes, 5 minutes later, there's another unplanned group. Boom, drops another 3 on it. No, I take it back. We're now in the restaurant. Finally get in. They don't have a seat for 10 or 11 people. They don't have that kind of seating. They let us rearrange tables and move stuff around. And even the manager of the restaurant came out, and I'm a little worried about the fire marshal and if it's going to be okay to put these tables here. But it's okay. Go ahead. This group looks like the nicest group. They literally were bending the rules just because of the spirit of our group. No kidding. No kidding. We're not done. Now all of a sudden, another 3 people come stumbling into the restaurant. They're from the lodge. What does the restaurant let us do? Now we take tables and we put a T for, because before we were like long banquet style. Now we add tables as a T shaped. Now there's 13 of us at the table. The waitress, I gotta say, at this place, we were full on rule benders, but they did it for us. They was like, the waitress at the place and the manager at the place mentioned to me, what a different group. This so easy for it to take orders, nobody complaining, nobody not liking their food, nobody being rude or cranky to the waitress. It was a spirit of kindness and goodness. I'm not joking and I'm not making it up. It was like 13 saints went to breakfast. I was so proud to be one of them. And the waitress was phenomenal. I had said somebody that was sitting with me, I said, you know who the waitress reminds me of? Waitress was a lot like Carlotta. If Carlotta was be a waitress, she would have been that lady. Okay? Can you imagine waiting on a table of 13 people and everything just happened like boop, 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 boop. And it was beautiful. Those are the kind of experiences that I can't forget. I can't forget. Carlotta, you would have been, that is exactly how you would have treated her. Huh? It was, and the food was phenomenal. The food was great. So Kat and Nick came with Ginger and Tim. Ginger's, you guys know Ginger Gnome. Fiery little redhead. Boy, I wish she could have stayed longer. I know she had other things that she was in between. It's always Ginger's like literally one of my favorite. I'd say that I'm going to say that about everybody as I'm looking down my list here. You know what was one of the coolest things was for Ginger to bring a tribe. I called her. She brought her own tribe with her. Let me tell you how kind this tribe is. They were like, you know what? Maybe we don't want to do air mattresses and be on the floor and get in somebody else's way. So they rented a place close by, and we're back and forth between it. And and it wasn't just Ginger. I have to add one more to my list. Colleen. I forgot about Colleen. Here we go. That was the other one in her tribe. She brought Colleen. She brought her daughter, Kat. Have you guys seen? I've shown pictures of her daughter, Kat, Ginger's daughter. First of all, I think Ginger's 23 to 24 when I see her. And I'm not trying to be like creepy, flirty guy. She's young looking. Ginger is. When she stands next to her daughter, or I mean, just when they're anywhere, there's no way Ginger has a daughter that's tall, statuesque, almost model looking, beautiful, but you can see all of the facial characteristics are the same. The features, facial features. Her daughter's taller than her. There is no way in the world, and this is one of those typical, oh, you look like your daughter looks like. This is the real deal. You would never, ever, ever guess that. Wouldn't think that Ginger had an 8-year-old. If Ginger brought a little 8-year-old with red hair, a little toddler with red hair, okay, that's Ginger's kid. This one, that model over there, that's your daughter. And as sweet as they come. Sweet and pretty. Didn't talk a lot. She was just sort of like deer in the headlights, like, is this really my mom's friends? But I think she liked us. Ginger, did she like us? I think she did. Nick, her boyfriend that she brought, he's another one, quiet guy. Pops usually can get a few words out of somebody. Nick was just, I felt like Nick was like, let me hold on to my girlfriend and make sure everything works out here okay. Okay? Don't kid me, he talked plenty. But there was a part of him was a little reserved, like, I'm going to hold on to Kat because somebody here is going to try to snatch her. No, we're not. That's Ginger's daughter. So, and then Colleen. All of the girls in Ginger's family look alike. They all look alike to me. We've met before. We've met Shy. Shy wasn't able to make it, but we communicated before this situation. So I've met Shy. I've met Ginger now. I've met the daughter, and she brought her other sister from. Her other sister drove from Georgia. You guys, that's no small drive from Georgia to Tennessee, where we were. The other sister's joining to meet us. Her name's Colleen. Another beautiful girl. They all look like, their mom must be gorgeous. And mom throws the same kittens. Her litter, everybody in the litter looks the same. All beautiful. Colleen, my favorite thing about Colleen, right, Eric? Wasn't she beautiful too? My favorite thing about Colleen was her style. Anybody, give me 5 people that were there that know exactly what I'm talking about. Colleen's style. Did anybody pay attention to her outfits? The dress that she wore, the first one, mushroom prints. It's like a green dress with mushrooms all over it. You agree, Penny? Chris remembers. Jackie said the dress wasn't those. See, Carlotta, so damn cute. Whiskey's which one? The green one? Yep. How do we all know? We're all paying attention to Colleen's dress. I think she gets dress of the party. Okay? And then when she came back the next day, her outfit was just as cute. It was like a fall outfit with looked like she had fallen out of a tree. She was like a walking bunch of leaves. Her outfit was so darn cute. Ginge, she might not be on here all the time. I want you to make sure you remind her how much everybody here loved her outfit. My goodness. And here's what I went to in my brain when I saw her cute mushroom dress. They're selling those. Those are for sale in women's clothes places. Mush, thank you, Ginge. Tell her. Those, oh, they were little fox faces. Oh, okay. Instead of leaves. Why did I think they were leaves, Carlotta? My bad. Maybe Pops was a little. What was I saying? Colleen. I got it. The dresses. Our culture's changing. The media out there and the big money people, they're starting to move things around in America's conscious, and they're telling the women, aren't mushroom dresses cute? You don't have to be a psilocybin intaker, and you're buying mushroom dresses now. Mushroom prints, mushroom towels, watch. It's come in the next 2 years as everything's moving forward. They're completely destigmatizing it and selling it to us. So pretty soon, they can take some money from us. Colleen, Kat, Nick, and Ginger. And then we have Tim. Tim came with Ginger. I think Tim was a little bit, I've got to tell you, I think Tim was a little bit, for the first hour, he was like standoffish. He was like, I know, because I'm sure as a couple, Ginger's telling them all about the different people and about, oh, this is going to be great. You're going to have a great time. Wait till you meet so-and-so. And Tim's like, okay, all right, honey, we're going. Don't worry. I'm there to support you. I'm good. But inside, he's still like, but I'll make up my own mind. But let me see first. He gets there and he's like, not quite, arms crossed, but sort of peering down. Let's make sure. See, am I right, Ginge? You were talking about, oh, that's going to be the greatest. You wait till you meet Carlotta. She's the Sandy. And he gets there and he's like, let me check out if Ginger let me see if Ginger has a good sniffer. Okay? Within an hour, Tim's in there. This is the greatest. Can I have another? Where's the fire pit? Like, who's this? I got to meet you. Telling neatest guy. Neat guy. I could see why Ginger likes him. Of course, everybody could see why he likes Ginger. He's a natural guy. Backpacker. Hiker. Fit. Nature. Loves to be out in nature. Ginger, he's handsome AF. He also has a YouTube. He has a YouTube channel where he does hiking videos and tells people how to do hikings and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Reach out to Ginger if you're interested in that. And she'll get you his hiker video information. Subscribe. I don't have it here in front of me, or I would tell you about it. Okay? Do you realize that this whole morning all I've done is talk about don't gossip and 5 people so far? Can I talk about a few more people? Ginger, you tell them what it's called. Okay? So far, I'm through talking about gossip. We all got that message. And then I'm reading them off my list here. I've only talked about Colleen, Kat, Nick, Ginger, and Tim. Who's next on my list? Why, Kelly. Bubblegum Kello. I didn't see Kello here this morning. Is Bubblegum Kello here this morning? If not, I can move down the list and come back to him. Is Bubblegum Kello here this morning? He had a line. He said a line that is stuck with us. Is he here this morning? Kello. He's the neatest guy, you guys. His spirit is... I haven't seen him either, Eric. I'll move on. We'll come back to Kelly. I have a story to tell you about Kelly, because on the way home in our truck was Tad, Big Boy, myself, and Brock. Big Boy told us a story. Big Boy's the funniest guy in the whole world. I told you guys already. Big Boy told us a story about something that Kelly had said that turns out to be so funny. And I want to tell that story. I'll repeat that story. Okay? Next I'm looking at on my list is Matty Leonard. Matt Leonard is a mycologist, you guys. Right, Matt? Good morning to Ms. Red Badger. Matt Leonard, raise your hand, say, I'm a mycologist. Don't say I try. No. No, that's not good, Matt. No, Matt Leonard is a mycologist. You know, this was Big Boy too. He's funny. I told you, but he's observant. He goes, you know what Matt Leonard's like? He goes, Matt Leonard is like, there you go, Matt. Now you're talking business. Now you're talking business. He said Matt Leonard, and I totally agreed. Everybody in the truck goes, that's it. That's exactly that's it. That's exactly what Matt's like. Matt Leonard is like a big cat. Almost like a cougar, mountain lion-ish. Because all of a sudden, he's super quiet. And all of a sudden, he slides up and he sits next to you. And you look around and you go, where did Matt... Or he's like an Indian, like on patrol or something. Matt Leonard is like a cat. He comes out of nowhere, quiet, slides in, boop, sitting. He's like a cougar. No kidding. You don't ever hear him. No, Gus makes no noise on approach whatsoever. It's like a shadow. And all of a sudden, no, he won't kiss you or anything, but it's all of a sudden, boop, he's right next to you. Like, here you are, he's like a ninja, okay? He's like, here he comes, just, boop. Matt, where did you come from? And how did you get here so quietly? And everybody noticed it, everybody in my car. It's absolutely true, Matt. You know it. You just slide in and boop, all of a sudden you're there. And you look around. I didn't even hear the door close. Never did what? How did he close? How did he get through the door? I never even heard the door close. And he's handsome. I love everybody. Everybody's handsome, but he's handsome. Cute when he takes his hat off. He always wears a hat, but he's got a really nice set of hair. Don't always wear your hat, Matt. Okay, you got to watch The Quiet Ones, Matty. And he was well before we went to Mushfest. Pops, if I bring X, Y, and Z, and he's listing off all his ingredients and stuff, he goes, will you help me put a tub together? I go, heck yeah, I will. Let's do that. And then I wrote him back. I said, but don't forget to bring X, Y, and Z too. So he's, oh, yeah. So Matt came there with all of the contents and all of the ingredients. He brought his own spawn. I think we hooked him up with a little bit of substrate. He brought a tub. He brought material to make a liner. He brought his plastic gloves, his ISO. He brought everything. And that was kind of cute, too. I got to be honest with you. Because he was like, you know, those little ponies that can't wait to get out of the yard and go exercise. He was like that. Or maybe a cat that wants to get out of the house. He was like that. Because it was like, hey, Pops, you want to make the tub now? Well, we'll get to it, Matt. I put him off about 3 times. Okay, we'll get to it soon. Okay, okay. And he was just, okay, almost, okay, all right, I'll wait for about 3 or 4 more hours and then I'll ask you. I'll go, hey, Pops, do you want to make that tub now? Just his anticipation, just as he put all of the stuff together to get it there and do this. You gotta love this kid. Okay, you gotta love this kid, and you hope the very, very best for him. I also want to thank, in the same breath, we talked yesterday about MVP, and I hope he wasn't offended by me saying he looked like Wilford Brimley, because he doesn't. I went back and I looked at Wilford Brimley, and Wilford Brimley's like 77, and MVP's 35. But MVP was able to be the driver for Matt. Matt and he hooked up because of our group and community here. Matt and he hooked up, and I want to thank MVP for being the driver for Matt. I personally want to thank him. I already did in person, but to give him a little shout out here too. And on our future Mush Fests, which are happening, we're already planning them. Can you believe that Carlotta sent me a picture last night? Here's one. There's one for. She's already in there doing research to come up with our next one. But I want to thank MVP, Uncle Mike, for getting the. Oh yes, that's the other one. I'll tell that story real quick. So our driveway. Our driveway is filled with cars. You know, the ones Pops took the picture of the license plate of. And this driveway, it's on a slant like this. And if you're parked at the top of the driveway, you have to get like 5 people to move their car so you could get out. And one of the persons in this train of cars needed to get out, but there was another car here in the train. It was a white Ford Escape. Well, you would think there's only about 15 cars here. The party's not full. We don't have everybody there. So we start going on. Sounds like a restaurant. Who drives the white Ford Escape? Who's driving the white Ford Escape? You open up a bedroom. Is anybody in here driving a white Ford Escape? Out to the fire pit. Who driving a white Ford Escape? Anyone that was there, this is, Penny, it's beyond hilarious. We were asking, by now it's everybody that doesn't drive the white Ford Escape is asking, do you drive a white Ford Escape? I don't drive a white, but I'll ask, who drives a white? 14 people, there were only 17 people at the party, and 14 of them are going around, who drives the white Ford Escape? We still can't find it. Nobody's saying it's me. I'm like, where did this white Ford Escape come from? Did the people next door park here accidentally and then we parked behind them? I'm getting ready to go next door and knock on theirs and say, hey, is that white Ford Escape? Did you guys park in the wrong parking lot? We're looking for white Ford Escape driver for 45 minutes, and not just looking. More than 50% of the people at the party are yelling out, because now it's funny. Now it's gotten so funny, right? We seriously thought it was a neighbor. Now it's gotten so funny, we're just yelling it out because we feel like it. We don't even care who's driving it anymore. I just want to yell out who owns the white Ford Escape because it's funny. MVP, Uncle Mike, Wilford Brimley, all of a sudden he comes around down the stairs or something. Is somebody looking for the driver for the white Ford Escape? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He goes, well, that's my car. He's like, you should see how he does it too. He's so innocent. He's like, and he's got glasses with the, what do you call it? The cord around it, right? So he can wear his glasses here. Well, I believe that's my car. Okay, no kidding. Like, yeah, Mike, we're looking for somebody who's driving what? Why, I believe that's my car. I'm like, Mike, where? Well, such an innocent face. Well, I was meditating. Lost it. Lost it. 50 other people lost it at the same time. The white Ford Escape driver was out meditating while the rest of us were looking for him. Absolutely hilarious. The best part about it is that we haven't let him forget it. Okay. From then on, it would just random. Someone would just, we're at a party, you're having a drink or something. All of a sudden, someone yells out, "Who's driving the white Ford Escape?" You're just like, damn it, I wish I'd have done that. I'm doing it next. So every 15 minutes or so, somebody would randomly yell it out. You had to be there. Inside joke, but it was frustratingly funny. Okay? Especially for the person who was trying to get out of the driveway, right? The rest of us, I was just having a good time. Jackie Cat, did anyone else have a deep conversation with those Frank Lloyd Wright light fixtures? Yeah, I think Uncle Mike might have been having one of those, and he called it a meditation. Okay, Jackie, that's funny. Wait till I tell Jackie's story tomorrow. You got to be careful when you're around Jackie. You can get all tangled up. I'll explain that one tomorrow. So we got, oh my God. Actually, Jackie Cat, you're next on the list. You're next on my list to talk about. That'll be tomorrow. Let's get out of here. I'm going to do 2 quick giveaways to you guys. Okay? No, I got one more story. One more, because it includes Matt Leonard. And we've already talked about Tad. We know Tad. Brock, and Big Boy. We've talked about all of them a little. We're going to talk about Tad a little more. But I'll tell you, can I tell you guys one more quick story before we go? Can I tell you guys one more quick story? This includes those 4 warriors. I'll just call them warriors. Yep, Matt, I got to tell them about your trip. All right. So here we are. I got to tell you guys this story. Matt, don't give it away. Matt's over here giving you clues. Don't look at what Matt's saying. All right? Listen to this quick story. It's a good one to end on because, actually, it's not a good one to end on. Well, somebody ended. Okay, well, let me tell you the story. Here we are, Saturday morning. We're trying to decide what we're going to do as groups, right? One group wants to go into town and go to this entertainment center and go around to the shops and go to the moonshine tasting thing. Pop's got in that group, the moonshine tasting one. I waited in line for like 15, 20 minutes to get up to the bar so I could do this moonshine tasting. And the first thing they say is, "Can I see your ID, please?" I said, "Are you kidding me?" I had left my wallet deliberately back in my pack, and I had just taken some cash with me. I don't really care to carry a wallet. How did I think that they were going to card a 65-year-old man at a moonshine place? But they did. Boop, Pops, you're out of line. You can't play. It's like, really? No, they kicked me out. Carded Pops. Pops. Everyone else, and that was sad too, because everyone else is in there. But I'd like to try the one with orange juice in it. I'd like to try the one with the cinnamon swirl. I'm over there going, "Can I try one, please?" Instead, I'm outside. It's boiling hot. There's no place to sit. I'm the guy watching through the windows going, "Gee, I wish I could play with my friends." They were strict on it. Listen, so that was my choice. I'm going to go with that group. Tad and Big Boy and Brock and Matt Leonard all decide they're going to go on a hike. They're going to go on this hike up the hill. And I don't want them to go. This is Pops being selfish. These are my buddies. I want them to go into town with me. Little did I know I wasn't going to get to drink the whiskey or the moonshine. But so now I start telling them, you don't want to go on this hike. Don't do it. Why? You realize? And so now I started making up like this is the hardest hike you're ever going to go on. It's not feasible. You're going to have problems. There's death happens on hikes like this. People and animals die on hikes like this. I'm doing my best to convince them to not go on this hike, but to go with us. I said, as a matter of fact, last year, one of our members brought their dog with them. A couple of days later, the dog passed away. It was the hike. I mean, I wouldn't stop for about 10 minutes. I'm doing my best. And Pops is pretty convincing most of the time. They decide, I'm not listening to Pops. We're going hiking. I'm thinking to myself, Pops, you usually can close the deal. You're usually a pretty good closer. But they end up going in the truck and taking off to the hiking spot. Okay. Oh, yeah. Brock's over here in the background making noises going, oh, my God. Wait for it. We're at the whiskey place. Not the whiskey, but we're at the place where you're going to taste the moonshine and all these shops and stuff. We're only there about 20 minutes. 15, 30 minutes. 20 minutes. All of a sudden, who do I see walking up? Matt Leonard, Big Boy, Brock, and Tad. I'm like, I thought they were going on a hike. What the heck happened to them? Why aren't they on the hike that they all were going off on? I go, what happened? Matt Leonard said, you're not going to believe what happened. Tad won't tell me. Tad's like a little frustrated. I mean, you could see maybe Tad was just super sensitive. Big Boy wants to make a joke, but he's like, it's not time yet. But Big Boy has nothing but a joke on his mind. Brock's in the background going like this. And I'm like, okay, well, the weakest link here is going to be Matt Leonard. My weakest link, I could get the story out of Matt Leonard why they're here, okay? So I go straight to the weak link. Matt, what happened? Why are you guys here? He goes, Pops. He goes, remember how you told us that the hike is going to be filled with death? I go, yeah. And he goes, you were right. It was filled with death. I go, what are you talking about, Matt? Well, we ran over a squirrel in the parking lot when we got there. I go, what? He goes, yeah. Tad ran over a squirrel when we got there into the parking lot. He goes, and then that's not bad enough. Now Mike comes over. He goes, that's not bad enough, Pops. Now Mike knows that the secret is out, that they're squirrel killers. Now Mike knows that Pops knows that they're squirrel killers. Tad turns around and he says, it was your fault, Pops. He goes, you put bad juju on us. He goes, if you hadn't have said that, we wouldn't have. I go, no, you were the driver. Mike goes, here was the worst part. We first felt the first bump when we went over the squirrel. There was a first bump. Then there was a decided second bump. I go, what do you think that was? He goes, I think it had a nut in its mouth. I said, you were so out of line, Mike. They felt the nut in the squirrel. Bad juju. So, did Pops do it to him? Give me 5 people. Or did the universe really want him to be over at the moonshine place? So from then on, for the rest of the weekend, all I could do is tell them that Pops I can throw juju on people if I want to. Okay? If I tell you to don't go hiking, you might listen. Huh? Be nature. I warned them, Blake. All right? We did have a silent ceremony for the squirrel, and we have no idea what happened to the nut. All right? So, It's kind of a sad story to end on, isn't it? Get out of here, kids. You know what? I have 2 giveaways. I'm going to do them tomorrow. Let's do 4 tomorrow. We'll do 4. We'll do 2 when we start tomorrow, and we'll do 2 when we end. Let's do that. I have 4. But I'll tell you what, they're pretty good. There's stuff like this in them. Okay? There's all kinds of good stuff in them. But I don't feel like doing a contest this morning. I feel like doing them tomorrow. We'll do 4 tomorrow. How do you follow up on a dead squirrel? By trying to give something away. Maybe my timing was bad. Bad juju. Brock, come here for a second. Are you good? Here comes Brock. He just got out of the shower. But
now let's be happy.
you were in the car, bro. Okay? You felt the decided second bump, didn't you?
Did you see that? That's the score right there.
Oh, God, get out of here. And I would have never got it out of the other 3. The only one that would tell the truth was Matt Leonard. The other 3 were going to be just, we just changed our mind. We just decided to not go hiking.
Matt's the only one that looked back.
Matt's the only one that, figures. The rest of you guys wouldn't have cared. No. Matt's the only one. So thank you, Matt. Matt was at least an impeccable backseat driver. Matt tells the truth. Matt, all right? But, the interrogator in Pop says, let me figure out who's the weakest link here. And I don't mean a weak person. I just mean who's going to be the most truthful. Certainly not going to be Tad, the driver. Mike just wants to make a joke, so I don't know what he's going to say. Brock's as good at keeping secrets as anybody I've ever known. Let me go talk to Matt. You guys have a good day. Thank you for letting me be here. We will do the 4 giveaways tomorrow. I don't usually do that. I don't know why. I guess we just ran out of time, me talking about gossiping. And then, so far, we've only talked about 7 or 8 people. There's a whole nother... Gosh, we have a lot to talk about. Have a great day, Spoonie and Eric, and Sarah Bear and Whiskey, and Blakey and Nerdy, and Jackie Cat, and Matt Leonard, you two, and Slingy, and Super Spooker, and King Metro, love you, and Vegas, you have a great day, and DJ, and Truzo Untel, and Desi Obscene, have a wonderful day, and Blakey, MT Green, and Ellen, and Slingy, there's Ellen, and Matt Leonard, and Warren, and Snuffleupagus, and Sid Hunter, and Pittsburgh Real, MVP, YouTube keeps going out, I'm sorry, Matt Leonard, I think I played somebody's song I shouldn't have. Eric and Daniel and Desi and Lagrand and Free. End of this week, we'll work that out. Truzy, Chris, Silly Gal and Chris Bastine, out today. Jesus Christ, Chris. Carlotta, love you. Papa Wheelie. I did one of those yesterday. I popped a wheelie. Penny Pack, there's that pretty girl. Exception, nice to see you. DJ, Jesus Christ, in Australia. RX, there's my guy. You're on the list. Going to be talking about you tomorrow, bro. Be here. Sandy, love you. King Metroplex. Joel, love you too. Jen G. April's going to... They seem so far away and then they come fast, right? Taddy Lewis, Dad, thanks for letting me tell stories about you. Eric and Blakey and Matt, you too, thanks for letting me tell stories about you, bro. Overjoyed and Dave Wombat, you're on the list for tomorrow, bro. Desi and Whiskey and MDK. And Laura, have a divine day. Joel and Sid Hunter and Carlotta. Happy birthday to Emma. Why didn't I know that already, Carlotta? I would have sang to her today. Oh, my goodness. Peace, Joe Dubes. Jeffrey from New Zealand. Kieran, thank you. Thanks for listening to this crazy pop stories. There's Greg Avery, Chris and Ellen. 2 of my favorite. Kevin and Super Scooter. Break for Squirrels. Carlotta. Emma's 15. Quinceañera Day. Today's her quinceañera. Eric, Matt Leonard. I've got Pop Crooms, MDK and Sandy, and Ladbrand, and Matt Leonard, and Natty, and RX. and Whiskey and Overjoyed. I'm still scrolling through all your names. Ginger Gnome says happy birthday to Emma. Emma, happy birthday, 15th. Jesus Christ, you do not break. Yeah, that's correct. You break after you hit them. I know. Happy birthday to Emma from Exception. Super Spooker Chris. And Matt Leonard says happy birthday to Emma. And Joel Chavez. And Eric. And Jackie Cat. And Jesus Christ, all the way from Australia. Super Spooker. All of these are saying happy birthday to you, Emma. I hope you're listening. Emma, Toucan Chef, and Super Spooker. Overjoyed. Feliz cumpleaños. Emma from King Metroplex. Pops, peace. See you guys tomorrow. Same must time, same must channel. Happy birthday, Emma. Out.